When I used to be a tanker or an armor officer, I used to go to the mission training complex in kind of a live environment, but using simulations.
Course of fire exercise.
You used to have big screens, you were tethered, and then you would shoot.
That was then, so it's quite different now.
The synthetic training environment, we are trying to take a live environment where you kind of have live individuals that do force on force, so think laser tag, and then also force on target, so think about being able to engage targets in a live environment, and then also converge that with a virtual environment.
The soldier doesn't have to go any longer to a mission training complex to get trained on common tasks. Now he does that at the point of need with the extra equipment he actually uses to fight with. He gets to do that, augment the actual environment with holograms that are intelligent, that'll react to what the soldier's doing, seek cover, fight back, and engage and interact with the soldier in that simulation.
It really captures the effects of actual combat. I can take any soldiers from any formation and get them up to speed with what the squad's good at.
You can see it play back in third person when you get to walk it through in real time, looking down on the virtual projection of what happened, but you get to see things that maybe you didn't see while you're on the ground as a leader.
It allowed us to seamlessly go back in the room, start over, and pick up again. There was no worry about we have to wait.
The synthetic training environment, most of it is still in development right now. We started most of our effort in 2018. We're starting with our concept or requirement. We're taking that and we're doing rapid prototyping and experimentation. And with that, we're putting it in the hands of soldiers early and often.
Once we got it figured out, it was a cool experience being able to, again, customize the environment.
The goggles themselves, it's a fighting goggle with sensors that are primarily used for night operations. This is the equipment the soldier will use to fight.
Most of it is commercial off the shelf. Our premise with the synthetic training environment cross-functional team was that we could leverage the $126 billion virtual and gaming industry and telecommunications industry. And then we come in and we modify it so that it can meet our training requirements from an Army perspective. The infrastructure's there to some degree, it just needs to be upgraded. We're looking at it upgrading the routers and switches so that it can increase the pipes coming in, because some of the things that we have to do with the synthetic training environment just requires some increased bandwidth. Other things we're looking at, how do we leverage 5G? Because in a live environment with the instantaneous information flow that has to go back and forth, well, that's a lot of information. So we're looking at the increase in cloud service.
This will be fielded across all three components of the Army. That's active, reserve, and National Guard, but it's described as a close combat force. Those are the soldiers that close with and destroy the enemy. Initially, it's not going to be fielded to every single soldier.
Next summer is when we look at having the first unit equipped. So no later than the fourth quarter FY21.
It shows them like the real Army side of it, not just what you see in basic training, how all that communication, all the movements, how that all carries over to actual live walkthroughs.
You actually get a dynamic, intelligent opponent that will give you feedback and actually engage you. I think it just definitely adds another dimension of realism.
I've tried it many times, knowing how I used to train when I was a platoon leader with my soldiers and how trainees can train now with this equipment. It's a game changer.